Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's just going to be me, possibly Murph showing up later, but for right now, it's just going to be me. I'm going to be inking some pages, getting things ready. I just have 2 pages to finish the inks on for the 30, but they're pretty much going to be done in plenty of time. We definitely have about 11 days left on the campaign, and so if you haven't picked up your copy or backed Ballad of the Celestials, please do so. I put the link up there, pinned it in the chat. We got Mrs. Good Stuff hanging. All right, we got Good Stuff Comic Skater hanging as well. Mr. Good Stuff, I say that too. Thanks for joining. It's just gonna be me chilling out, so I'm gonna be just inking and trying to get some work done. I thought it'd be a good night to just kind of chill out. I haven't done this in a while. I haven't finished the pages because basically I'm life. Let's just put it that way. Taxes. We've been having a car. My son got in an accident, and so we had to get everything taken care of for the car, and we are actually going to be purchasing a new car for him. And so that's been taking up a lot of time. I mean, we've just been thinking about what are we going to be doing and how are we going to do it. And so anyway, hope everybody can hear me okay. I don't have a normal mic because everything that's hooked up to be able to ink, you're not going to hear me real well. So I'll try to speak up. I'll try to get make the comments as I go. So, but hey, feel free to hang out and talk. I'm going to be inking, so it's going to be hard for me to see a lot of the comments, but I'll be checking in here and there and try to go back and see what's going on. So just bear with me. But thanks for stopping in. I think good to have you go. Have everybody here with me. So what you're looking at here is a dream sequence with Mare. He's walking in the woods. I don't know if you can see the blue, but he's walking in the woods in full armor, which in the book, nobody's actually seen it yet until now. But he's actually walking in the woods, and you can see that this big bird kind of startles him at the end. So I'm going to be trying to flesh this out as much as possible. Just a minute. Oh, good. You hear me just fine. Thanks. It's good to know because sometimes you just never know, man. Looking good. I'm looking forward to this book. Thank you. It excites me, man. I'm so excited. I feel like Murph and I have put a lot of work into this, and it's going to feel so good to get to the point where you know, it's not just talking about it anymore. It's actually here. Um, that's one of the things that, um, it's just the anticipation, and you're waiting, and you're like, okay, I don't want people to think that we're just talking here. We are actually doing this. Um, so it's coming. It'll be here before we know it, and fulfillment will be here. And I just can't wait to get these books printed. We just got 3 pages back from Dio Lima, and in doing so, man, those pages are just amazing. Um, I can't believe what we got. Actually, it kind of blew me away. So he's just doing fantastic with all this. Um, I'm just loving everything he's doing, and I don't think we could have got a better artist to do the coloring on this book. So Dio is actually doing like projects for Marvel and things like that, and so it takes us a little bit of time to actually get everything we need from him. Oops. Um, yeah, he took a little bit of time getting some of these pages to us, and it, you're kind of like, man, I wish he would, turn it out. But then again, when you think about it, it's like the quality of work that he gives us is beyond anything we could imagine. Um, it's always what we hope for. It's never what we thought would actually happen. And so it's been just an amazing uh, thing. We've been able to get him and to uh, have the honor of him working on our stuff. Um, he, uh, we actually found him on like Facebook, and so we thought, well, this is going to be pretty cool. Let's ask him. He's got some great pages, and we'll just see if he's even willing to give us the time of day. And sure enough, he was doing commissions at the time, and he took on our work, and then he's just been doing it. He's also doing The Company Men, if you guys want to know who he is and what he's all about. So he's done some great work for Kemosabe, and so if you guys are into that, hope you guys pick that up. I'm looking forward to that book too. I hear it's at the printers, so it's getting exciting. Hearing a lot more people getting their books printed now. So that's one thing that we've been worried about is whether we're actually going to be able to fulfill on time. But we tried to be a little smarter and actually get or put the date that we would fulfill at least 6 months out. So I think we put August as our fulfill date because we didn't know how bad the shortage would be and how long it would last. And so we were like, well, it's better to fulfill early than to fulfill late, and or even on time. So I just hope that we're able to still get that there's not going to be a lot of backup, because it seems like a lot of the like even Rennie, I know people have been talking about their books getting finally printed, and I'm like, I wonder how much of a backup there really is. So it's kind of scary to think about. I love when you mess up. Let me go back. The back button's great on Clip Studio, I just got to say. It's a great thing. All right. Looking good. Check on the chat, see what's happening. Hey, 24 Eyes. Thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for joining us. I'm just thinking some pages. Thanks for hanging. Do some chainmail. I think some of the hardest things to draw is chainmail. And I think it's also difficult whenever you got a shape like a leg. So it's very hard to get all the lines the way you want them to go. But kind of got a little hack for that I try to do. I just do these little squiggly lines and try to follow contours of the leg. And then hopefully it comes out once you go in the distance, whenever you zoom out of it, it'll look like shine on the metal, and it'll also look like it's got links, because it's more meant to be implied than studied, link by link. Actually, I don't know if you guys know who Mark Crilly is, but Mark Crilly is a guy online that I've watched him do some comic books, some comic book work. And he actually kind of showed me this on his videos, and I was like, wow, that actually does look like chainmail. And the more I do it, the more I love it. And I'm like, and sometimes it really looks like crap. But that's okay, because I'm not trying to detail it incredibly. I'm just trying to make it look like it's there. Not like every detail. I couldn't imagine zooming in and getting every link. That would be just incredibly stupid. I wouldn't love it. I would hate it. It'd probably take all the fun out of drawing at that point. But see, whenever you go out, it gives a nice effect of the chain. And I will actually go back in. I will actually go back in and do lines going the other way, just to get that effect. And I'm not following really the blue lines here, because I did the same thing there. I was just kind of messing around, getting it to kind of get that effect. And I knew that I would do more in the inking process, so I didn't spend a lot of time on it in this stage. Got a few people in here. Thanks for coming in, guys. I love it. I was asking Murph if he wanted to join. He said he's going to go and do something real quick, and then he might come in here in a little bit. So hopefully he will hang with us in a little bit as well. He can pick up some of the slack that I'm, for talking and things like that. He can talk with you guys and keep you guys interested, which is not always the easiest thing to do. But yeah, Murph and I have been trying to come up with some things. We've only got 11 days left on the campaign, and we've been trying to figure out what we want to do to finish our campaign strong. And one of the things we've been looking at also is the metal trading card that we keep talking about, by Phoenix Animation. We're talking about that, but we're not close to the goal. So I think we're going to rethink the goal and it's going to be lowered because we're only so many days away. I know that we're not going to probably get close to the goal that we would like. And so I think we're going to lower it just because we know everybody wants that trading card and because we want to give it to everybody. I like the fact that everybody was kind of excited about it. And so because of that, I really do want it to be part of the campaign, whether we get that goal or not. So I'd rather lower the goal and make everybody happy and get us there than just say, oh well, we didn't reach the goal, so we're not going to give it out. I think that's kind of a shitty thing to do, and it's not fun. um, and I feel like we've kept our campaign pretty, I don't know, pretty basic. um, and that's fine, but I want there to be some goodies in there. I want there to be some things that you all enjoy. I enjoy giving to you guys, because really, that's what this is all about, man. I'm enjoying every bit of this ride. Made some great friendships with people, and you guys coming in here like this, showing support, has just been awesome. And yeah, I want to make it worth everybody's while. I want to make it worth my while too, because I enjoy what I'm able to give people more than just, what can I get out of everybody. I don't like that as much. It's not as fun. It's much more fun when I can give and then know that everybody's like, man, that's awesome. This was great, than to sit there and just be like, oh, well, we didn't make it. There we go. Now we get some lines going the other way and flush this out. The key to this is keeping your lines kind of close. You don't want to get them too far away because the chain links will be too big. So I would say keep your lines close enough together. You gotta remember that's a big part of the thigh coming out there, so I don't want I don't want it to be all shiny, but I want it to be quite a bit of shine because it's a big piece of leg. But I really think you guys will see the effect once it comes out. Oops, a little heavy-handed there. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about that with the trading card, because I'm excited about it. I love it, and even though you may not see the character much in it, at least in the book, you are going to see him on these pages in his armor, but you're not going to see him in the armor that much until later. But I think he's a well-designed character, and I also want to make sure people are enjoying that about the character as well. So let me know what you think. Well, I want it, so I'm biased. That's awesome. This is good stuff. She says, we'll continue to spread the good word wherever we can. That's awesome. Thank you. We'll play your trailers again on my show tomorrow. You guys are so awesome. I'm telling you. I love having you guys around, and you guys have just been great to us. So thank you so much for that. Because that's what makes it worth every bit of the time and the effort and everything, is just making the relationships and everything like that. So I really do thank you guys. That's awesome. Sometimes I wonder why I put, oh shoot, why I put so much chainmail on him. I'm actually going to make this look a little different. There we go. Let's see what that looks like. All right. Oops. I got my mouth hanging open. Sometimes when I get into this, I really do. Like, I do see some of the things that I do, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm on screen doing that stuff. I don't know if I like this. A little bit still in there. Some of this is totally experimental when I'm doing this too. I'm going, wait, what works and what doesn't work? I like to think that I know what I'm doing every time, but I really don't. So it's about what looks good in the moment. And that didn't look good. There we go. Forgot to put the shadow behind this little knee pad there. All right. Let's see. Same thing with this leg. It's so tedious sometimes, but well worth it once it comes out looking great. I'm trying to be a little faster too, but that don't always work out either. Little nib makes a lot of squeaking on this. I wonder if you guys can hear that. I think it's mainly whenever I do chainmail too. It just makes that squeaking because I'm doing these little jaggedy lines and stuff. So, heard Taylor Hawkins died today, or maybe last night, was it? That was kind of a shock when I heard about that. I am, I don't know if I would consider myself a big Foo Fighters fan, but I like them, you know what I mean? I like their music and good musicians, and I think Taylor Hawkins was a good drummer. And it's just sad to hear when somebody like that passes. And, being a musician myself, I just really, it always affects me a little bit because I'm like, man, people bring music to the world. It's kind of really sad to see that they, they're passing on. He was a big Neil Peart fan from Rush, and I'm a huge Rush fan. And so I always loved it. The way he set up his drum kit, he always set it up like a little bit like Neil Peart, because he was also an influence on him. And that's, something I always thought about. Every time I saw him with his red drum kit, he set it up where the drums were stacked kind of one higher, one lower, and one lower down. And that came from Neil Peart, from the ergonomic setup that Neil Peart always set up with. And I love that he did that as a little homage to Neil Peart when he did that. So pretty cool. And it's always great to hear when some of these big name guys, big name drummers love the same thing. They love Neil Peart, they love Rush, and they look up to Rush. And then, you're able to talk, or you're able to look at it and hear them, and they talk about it, and it's really cool. Catching up. Good stuff, Comic Skater. Mrs. Good Stuff's yelling at me. It is sad, yes. Don't listen to him. He's a vicious liar. Yeah, it seems like we do lose a lot of great ones. And lately, too, it just seems like a lot. We lost Neil Peart in, what was it, 2020, I think it was. And so in January of 2020, so that really blew me away. That was devastating to me. That's like the Beatles to me. Rush is my Beatles. And so when he passed on, that was mega for me, man. That didn't get much bigger than that. And so it devastated me for quite a while. I actually, I hate to say it, but I think I mourned him more than I've mourned some family. Which is a terrible thing to say, but music affects you in a lot of ways. Yeah, he was a good drummer. He started with Alanis. Yes, that's true. This is good stuff. Just informed me he played with Coheed and Cambria as well. Learn something new every day. I didn't know he played with Coheed and Cambria. That is brand new for me. I had no clue. 24 Eyes saying hello. Yeah, I mean, it's something that I hate to see, and I mean, I guess we'll find out later why and what happened to him. I hope it's not something that's, that hope it's not drugs or something like that. I mean, I just always hate to hear that, because it's like, it's just so common, and I haven't learned yet. But I know I work in the drug and alcohol field, and that's a stupid thing to say too, because that's not what it's about, and it's not how things work. So it's just that you wish that people could get on to the fact that they could lose their life and lose the very thing that they want, that they enjoy. And it sucks. It sucks for everybody. I think that's what I need to do. Make these lines a little thicker. You guys are probably hearing my wife yelling. You hear Casey yelling back there, yelling at my son. Teenagers, you gotta love them. And then now my son's yelling at my dog. So, it just goes around. It's the way it is. Yeah. We have a big poodle, standard sized poodle. His name's Rookie. And he's very rambunctious. And every time my boys come out of rooms, he jumps all over. And it's because they don't come out of their rooms enough. And so he jumps all over them and makes them crazy. But then he's like so excited. So that's the way it is. New York Post said drugs found in the room, but not sure how reliable that would be. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm hoping not, but I've heard of him having overdoses before where he's ended up in the hospital, and it really scared them once before. And if you watch their documentary, I think they talk about it. And you know, it's very much a part of his history, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's what it is. I just hope it's not. You know, I hope it's something else that was more out of his control. Yep, it's the dog eating paper towels. So our dog always decide to fight when we stream. Yes, they do that too. They were doing that earlier. My wife was going and yelling at them because they were doing that. So chat surfing did a long stream earlier. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just glad you're hanging out. If you just want to listen and just chill, that's cool, man. I don't know how entertaining I'll be. If you just want to watch and turn off the sound, that'd be good. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, it was a sad thing to hear. But moving on from that, speaking of music, I was so happy to see. I know we saw Mrs. Good Stuff in the live stream, and that was awesome. I just have to say that was fantastic. Oh, I lost my. To stop that and share it again. It was just so good to see people supporting us. Like I said, here we go. Now I'll get back. Gosh, boomering it up. Anyway, yeah, it was great to see people that we knew. Jim Cox showed up. It was great. He put some things about the Comic-Con there on the chat for the live stream, and then just to talk about that for a minute, that live stream was fantastic for us. It was like probably the best we've ever sounded. We got in there and set up, and I couldn't believe how quickly the guy got us, our sound. He just had everything ready to be dialed in. And then whenever we got to play, he adjusted a few things, and then we would say, "Hey, could you turn this up, turn that up?" And then he goes and just, he'll he cranked it sideways, or he would crank, a mic or something, adjust it just a tiny bit, boom, fixed everything. And it was just fantastic. Oh man, I was sorry I was late, but I went back and caught up. I totally love The Closer. It's one of my top fave songs of all time. Oh, cool. That is awesome. We just decided to do that probably at the end of last year. And Rich, our singer, he's one with the blue flames on his shirt. He's one of our singers. He said, that would be a great song. And then we just picked it up, and Ryan sings the shit out of that thing, man. And so it came about that we were kind of doing the recorded version, and then Rich came and he goes, we need to do the live version. And it's the one where the drums walk in like I do. And then it kicks ass all the way through. So I'm glad you loved it. I think it's a treat. And during that live stream, we could finally hear Ryan singing everything and actually hear what he's doing. So it was fantastic to be able to do that. And you know what? We are getting it ready for playback. We're trying to figure out what to do because we didn't get the stems from it or anything. So all data we didn't get, but we were able to pull the audio, and basically we're going to start putting these songs out on YouTube as singles. And then we're going to put them out. Like I'm going to show some here in the next few streams once we get them ready. Just to show, little snippets of performance and stuff like that for fun. Because Murph and I like to talk music. So we're going to have another music stream coming up soon. We're also going to be having Bancroft on Tuesday. And then we're going to have Pete Cimetti on the week after that. So the next 2 weeks are big. And then, yeah, good stuff. And so also we're looking at how to put that onto our Bandcamp. So I know you guys have visited our Bandcamp. We're going to put these new tracks, if we can. We're gonna try to put them on Bandcamp and possibly sell like a live album. So, oh man, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would love that. I would love it, man. So now, are you talking about for like us showing some of the performances, or are you talking about being able to put it on Bandcamp as an album, or just let me know what you meant by that so I get the right idea. But yeah, man, it's this live stream was so cool, and it was such a cool setup. It was a garage. We went there, and it was like, what the hell is this? This is just a guy's garage. And then you go in, and he's got it all curtained out and like set up, and it was just beyond amazing how good it sounds. So fun times. I know we are very happy that we went that route. And, we were going to do it at another venue, and the guy had to cancel. He had some obligations come up, and he said, I can't do it. So about 3 days before we did this, we had to like figure out what we were going to do. And so Ryan, our other lead singer, he was basically like, look, these guys do this. If we, go there, they can do it, and we'll see if they're available. So he called, and man, luckily they were able to get us in with a 3-day notice, which is kind of nuts, and got us in there, man. I was impressed, and the sound guy was beyond amazing. So I would say, if you know any bands and they want to go do this, look up Garage Bands Live, and get your band in there, or get your friends to go there and check them out. Go online, check them out. It's definitely worth it. In this day and age, live streams, I mean, I told him, I said, look, I'm live streaming for a comic. We're getting, bands, and we're getting people who are actually listening to Ugly Tongue now that may never have heard Ugly Tongue if I wasn't in this CG community and stuff like that. And it's actually, been beneficial for the band that we have played it, in the venue of Murph and Dirt channel, that channel. And, it's something that I'm glad, I'm happy the way things are turning out for it. And I think the band's going to benefit big time. So, and that's just some of the marketing tactics that I've learned by being in CG and being able to listen to people and how to build audience and stuff like that. And it's actually working for Ugly Tongue really well. So, we're getting there. I know this part's tedious, but it's going to look good when it's done, I think. Just can't go overboard and make it look like different than the other leg. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking good now. I think the hard part's over. So let me go back in here. So, okay. DM me for your live stream performances on YouTube. I will make sure I do that. Because, yeah, we're going to be putting them out. And if we're going to be cutting up what we do have and putting them out song by song. So it's not going to be like live stream again. The next time we do it, we may do it at another venue though, and if at the original guys venue. And if we do it there, that would go out on our own YouTube channel. So that was the only difference, was that we had to use Garage Bands Live and he put us out on his channel. He did Twitch, Facebook, and then his YouTube channel. So, but you know, the cool thing was he said the audio is ours and everything, and we can cut the video up and use it. So it was like really nice. Yeah. So Bandcamp, if you look at our link tree, go to, I think it's Ugly Tongue, Linktree at Ugly Tongue or something like that. Anyway, you can look up the link tree for us, and it'll have a link to Bandcamp, and it has our Phil Tuttle sessions. He's the one who recorded our demo. And so that demo's on there to sell, or you guys can buy it. And then we will actually be putting the live stream performance on there as well. Yeah, you couldn't tell it was a garage, that's for sure. I think music can be more a part of more campaigns. So, yeah, you know what? Nefarious and Frequency Girl kind of turned me on to doing some soundtrack. It's something I'm really thinking about, and I've asked the guys in the band if they want to do it, but I don't know if they're very interested in that. So I would love to be able to find some people that could do some soundtrack for even the next Ballad of the Celestials, because I think it's something that people like, and I'm hearing that it gives a whole different outcome to the reading of the book. And so I'm definitely like putting some thought into that. I don't know if I want to hire anybody or if I'm going to do it myself. I don't think I have time to do it, which is why we may have to hire somebody to do it. But yeah, it's definitely something that's kind of exciting. Yeah, yes, I agree. A lot of cross promotion opportunities with the trailer game and as an add-on. You know, and so what we thought about doing was like, you know, digital download music. You could even have digital downloads for people and just, you know, whatever soundtrack, and just tell them this, you know, here's the tracking of the book, and let them go with it and see how it goes. I don't know if I would want to do like a Pink Floyd Wizard of Oz deal where it had to be timed out, because I think that would be super hard. But I think that if you could at least get in a ballpark of a time of reading, you know, maybe if your songs are long enough, it'll give people time to read through it. But I think that's really difficult. You're asking for a whole different production at that point as well. Oh, you can help put video to our live performances to put on YouTube. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. That would be awesome. I know a singer. So what's he do? Does he do, you know, does he do performances? Is he talking about doing live streams and stuff? I'm going to tell you, I think live streaming is really a great marketing tool for bands. I just have to say, you know, it's interesting because I'm kind of doing this dual thing right now. I'm marketing my band. I'm marketing Ballad of the Celestials. So I have the art thing and the music thing going. And it's difficult. I'm going to tell you, it's hard to keep up. So the guys were like, hey, you need to help us with StreamYard. We're going to put some stuff out there. And they're going to do a show. So Ugly Tongue is actually talking about doing some live streams where we're going to be maybe interviewing other bands. It's just going to be a music stream. And kind of like we're all geared towards comic books, they're going to gear towards music. And I think it's a great idea because it's missing. You know, we don't see a lot of it, and especially for local bands. And but they were like, well, you know, we need your help. And I was just like, man, juggling all this is a lot. And I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything, but it's a lot to handle. So I had to tell them, look, this is going to be somebody else's baby. I'm giving you ideas and you guys take it, but it's going to have to be your thing to manage. And but once they do, I know that once we get on it, man, we got the whole band to help bounce it around between us all and share the load. It's just, you know, I'm also in the middle of a campaign. So with that said, it's a lot to keep up with. So also, tonight's stream is brought to you by Appleton. If you like Appleton rum, Jamaican rum, it's an 8-year. This isn't my favorite Appleton, but it's good. It's a good rum. It's not a sweet rum. It's more, I would say the flavor is more like whiskey. Um, so it's not a sweet rum. It's not sugar, like you guys know. Not like Bacardi or something like that, which I don't really like. I always get sick on something like that. But this is good sipping rum. So just trying to chill out and get some work done. So Murph and I are going to meet tomorrow. We're having a meeting, and we're actually going to talk about what we're going to bring to the table for the end of the campaign. And not just, it's not going to be some big blowout or anything. I think it's just going to be more, for one thing, I think we're going to talk about the goal. What are we going to do with the goal? Because we do want to give the metal trading card. I think we're going to work that out. We're going to try to figure out how to make that happen for everybody, because I want it to happen for everybody. And then, some other extra little goodies also that we're talking about putting in there. Nothing too extravagant, but just unique. And then, the rest is just finishing the book. And we still have, we have a lot of pages to get colored. And like I said, we got 3 back. 3 back the other day. And I'm thinking about showing you guys one of the pages. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I'm going to show you. So if you just bear with me for a minute, I'm going to have to cut my camera for a minute. Let me know if you can still hear me. You guys still hear me? Hope you can hear me okay. Yeah, I'm going to pull the camera here. Hey, hope you guys can hear me now. Pulled me out for a minute. Let me see. The more CG musicians there are, the easier it is to do projects. Things can be recorded separately in different locations. Yeah, I mean, and for something like a soundtrack of a comic book, it doesn't have to be full on band. It could be just a guitar. It could be a keyboard. It could be something that sets a mood. Could be simple stuff that just is good background music for what you're doing, in the moment, setting moods. Yeah, different kind of collabs are possible. Yeah, I mean, I would love that. I think that'd be cool. And I actually think music and things like that is kind of a new territory for creators, to add a new dimension to comics, because it's a different experience. And so I'm hoping something like that, man, really, really helps, and really takes off, to be honest. All right. Okay, here we go. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it on Clip Studio so you guys can see new pages, or new page. Got to get to my new page. Here we go. That's what I want to do. So this is the new page. We just got this back. This is right before he hits the beast in the horn, breaks the horn. This is the cover that we did, the homage cover. It's actually, we told you everything in this book actually happens on the cover. Like if you get the cover, you're still going to see it in the book. But Mayor's got the sun to his back, glistening on that hammer axe, which is beautiful. The beast is charging at Chiru, and Mayor comes down and cracks the shit right out of his horn. Breaks it. And man, what a wallop. You know what I mean? And so perfect. Love what he did here. Just made it all bloody and nasty, and it's just great. And you see that blood just oozing out. And then the beast slides into the wall, face first, and just doesn't know what hit him, actually. And so the colors on this just is fantastic. And I got to say, I'm super happy with Dio Lima. So, new page debut. Didn't know I was going to do that tonight, but I talked to Murph and he said he was showing something new. 24 Eyes says, everyone needs to learn After Effects. Motion shorts with music in the background is probably the best promo. Rich is killing it with Dying Days. It's true, man. He is doing awesome. And, and so is, the Dying Days of YouTube. Some of the videos these guys are putting out, and along with the good stuffs, I just can't even believe the videos you guys are doing. It's blowing me away. And I wish we could do it. But once again, this kind of stuff is what I don't have the skill in. I've put all my skill in, or time and effort into the skill of comic books. Like I had to learn to ink. I had to learn to work my digital program in Clip Studio. Had to learn how to prepare things for coloring. How to format my pages, and there's just been so many things that I've learned, marketing, setting up StreamYard, doing YouTube, that I'm like, I don't think I could take on any other skill, but it's definitely something I wish I knew how to do because I love these videos. Yeah, I would love to be able to animate this just a little, even in that stop motion type of stuff, and just be able to, get that dirt to fly up. It'd be fantastic. And it's definitely something, like everybody knows is already happening. So it's not a spoiler for us, like I said, the homage is this panel right here, basically in another viewpoint. And I'll show you that here just to give everybody the heads up, because it really is what's going on. It's really the one of the biggest parts of our book. Let me see here. This is what I want. And so that is this. I mean, it's the cover, but I mean, it's basically the same thing. It's just a different viewpoint. He's swinging the axe in a different direction. We made the maybe the action a little different because of the homage. We wanted it to stand out, but look, I mean, it's the same deal. And so it goes back to Murph and I saying we don't want the covers to do something that doesn't happen in the book. So, but I would love to see this in stop motion, or in some kind of, whatever you're calling it. It's like motion shorts. There we go. So it'd be great. It'd be fun. And if somebody knows how to do it, let me know. For sure. It's something that I would enjoy. This is what I was warming up with today. This is Mayor kind of looking up at us. It's like an overhead view. I was just trying to warm up, get myself flowing a little bit. Lots of fun. I always love to see what I can come up with. I need to change this picture, though, and probably change the angle and mess with it. But, yeah, anyway, now we'll get back to inking. So I might lay off his boots for a minute because I need to figure some things out on his boots. His boots are not fully I don't know if I have fully designed yet. I have good ideas. I just don't know if they're fully designed. So I'm going to hold off. Trees are fairly easy. And I'm not always going to stay on the line for the tree as well. Um, for trees, for me, um, you know, it's I'm implying, but I'll really go in and probably render more once I get the shape of the tree done. And trees can be very easy and um, a little more free than just follow your lines because they can have a lot of shape and bend and trees aren't perfectly up and down and even. Um, they go like kind of fatter to smaller and branches change. So I actually like to draw trees, um, but I will say this book kind of made it where I was like, man, I wish I didn't have to draw so many anymore. We do draw a lot of trees in this book. That's okay. It's the setting they're in. So there you go. Nice. I don't know how long I've been going now. Almost an hour. Hopefully Murph will come in here in a little bit. He said he might try to join us when he gets done. So hope he does. He'll probably be upset I've already shown the page, but whatever. He's not the boss of me, right? That's the way I feel. It's one thing I do like. I'm starting to learn some different techniques, even though it's digital. I'm learning how to hold my brush, or not my brush, but my pen a little bit differently, and it lets me get like a thick to thin or even a jagged thing going on. And I feel like sometimes those textures are really coming out nice for things like trees and you know some other things like just even the chainmail and then the tree. Just being able to play with like this thick to thin line. It, trees are knotty and like they're very like knotted up and gnarly looking, and you can kind of. I didn't mean to say naughty, but yeah. um, but you can do a lot with them and play with the shape. And I keep doing that right there. There we go. That's better because it gives it more of a jagged look. Like maybe there's something going on with the bark of the tree or something like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to be Bob Ross one day when I'm talking about how I draw. Just happy little knots in the trees. There we go. I'm doing a boxing match now on my channel. Cool. Oh, that'll be nice. Hey, Dirk, what program do you have? I have a set of brushes for Photoshop that I got from some LA animators. File share. So I have Clip Studio, man. I use Clip Studio to draw. I really love it. It's a lot like Photoshop, but sometimes the things that are compatible for Photoshop, they're not compatible for Clip Studio. I wish they would just make them compatible, but you know how it is. Um, Kind of sucks. I really like Clip Studio though. I feel like I can do so much with it, and I know people love Photoshop and everything, and it's very much like that. But I just feel like this was, for one thing, it was cheaper, and it was also easy to learn, and for comics, man, it just seems to really do well. Like it just has everything already laid out for it. Um, you don't have to kind of force it to be in a comic book, format. It just is. Getting messages. Oh, okay. Thought it might be Merv trying to come in. And then I'm going to thicken up some of these lines too for the under branch. Like, get make it look like they're just a little darker underneath. So just getting the outlines right now. There we go. Got some knots in the tree. Check it. Yeah, that's one thing I haven't seen a lot of with Clip Studio though is that people do a lot of sharing as far as like brush types, and doesn't seem to be as intuitive that way whenever you create um, tools for it. But they do have like a or like a sharing place, so you can do that online. It's just that you have to do it more on their website, I think. So rough out here. There we go. How are we looking so far? Oh yeah, I'm getting there. I think I drew more than 5 trees, but whatever. It's nice to kind of get a break from the chainmail, do something a little more simple. This one just a little different. went wild on that one. There we go. All right. Yeah, I see a dilemma here. There we go. Okay. That's coming into play. What's going to be fun is there are these long, wispy lines of the wind coming in. That's going to be harder to do. It's going to take a lot more steady hand, which I'm not sure if I have that right now. It's digital. I can do whatever I want. Notice there's like a lot of dead trees in here. I don't have very many leaves on them. Let's just put it that way. They're not happy little trees. I don't like that so much. A little thinner there. There we go. So everybody's doing. Ah, got a few people watching still. It's all right. I hope I'm not boring everybody too bad, but I am making headway on my page. So
There we go. Definitely like a flow to a tree. If I don't get it right, I don't feel good about it. Where that tree is. Move it over. Much better. Now, did I get all the trees? I did. I got them all. The rest is just detailing. Loads of fun. I actually like it. It's going to take a little bit. So, probably be on here for a little bit longer just to see if Murph will come in, but I'm not going to stay a long time. Even if it's just get a panel, making headway into the panel, I'll be really happy. So, it'll be good. I had to get back to work on Mare just to get him finished. Hey.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm starting to concentrate a lot and I'm not really being very chatty, so I'm really sorry about that. I have to change some things the way I've done this fur on here to make it stand out. So, if that helps it or not, I'll try. Smaller. Helped it a little bit. Go back a little bit. Okay, smaller. Yeah, better. So, man, it's kind of tough. You don't really realize what you're up against when you see stuff like this. Two textures coming together like that, so it's really difficult. I want it to stay black. Not overlap. Hi.
Hi.
Just watching?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm probably not going to be too much longer. Murph, I was going to see if he was going to stop in and hang for a minute, but I don't know if he's going to, so we'll see.
Brooke is gonna help.
Yeah, he's trying to get my headphones. He loves to grab my headphones if he can. Shoot, I forgot. This is all black. Okay. Better go in and check the chat. It's been a little bit. Thanks. Yeah, I forgot that I had this all black. This is part of the design of his armor. He's got wings wrapping around the back of it, so to the back of it, and I'm trying to fill that in, but with the arm, you have to find a different way to do it. Looks good. Yeah, that armor's looking awesome. Ah, tilting everybody the wrong way. Sorry. Yeah, I think there's some. With the way that this is designed, oops, that was crazy. The top of it go well. I forgot about that part. There we go. Wow, that's crazy. Definitely see all the spots I missed. Geesh. complicated armor, I will tell you. But totally unique. Nobody has armor like this. There we go. Good. More chainmail coming. All right. I'm loving the way it's looking right now, so it's kind of pretty good. This is a difficult armor. easy. Oh yeah, starting to look good. Well, not sure if Murph's coming on, so I might be hanging it up here in a few minutes, but that's okay. I might be losing people, so I'm really sorry about that. But there is a lot of detail in this page, and it takes a little bit of time, so I'm trying to get that right. Um, there's things like this that I don't like, so yeah, not liking it. This whole thing has been a little bit difficult because the armor's so detailed. Yeah, I'm really liking that though. The armor's coming out really good though. Down that second panel or fourth panel. But this might be the time to call it quits, guys. Um, I've been going for about probably an hour and a half, um, and yeah, it looks like I got some people watching. So it's been nice having everybody in the chat. Um, but I think it's time to probably call it a night. Um, I thank you so much for stopping by. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'm able to show you guys the finished version of this very soon. I've been working on it on and off, but like I said, life kind of hit me pretty hard recently. As far as just being busy and just having important things to do uh, involving my family and just uh, even big things that we have to do. So, but with that said, doesn't mean I'm slacking off. It just means my focus has to be elsewhere. So, but anyway, thanks so much for stopping, watching. Um, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys have any questions, just send them my way. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find Ballad of the Celestials on Indiegogo.com. We are, I think, 11 days. Oh, it says 10 days now left. Um, and I'll go ahead and share my screen on that. We've got 10 days left on this campaign. And so, yeah, if you guys can share it out, if you guys can talk about it, get some buzz about it going, because we do want to end on a pretty high note with this one, but we also feel there's a lot of great artwork. If you guys haven't seen this, I drew this with Peter Palmieri. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, it was Peter Palmiotti that inked this, and he did a great job. I thought I was getting Palmiotti ready or wrong, but it worked out. So if you can, jump on there, back the book. 10 days left. Let's give it a big push and see what we can do for this book so we can get this book out to you guys in a good timely manner and at top quality, because what we have so far is pretty top quality. We're going to try to maintain it throughout the whole book. So with that said, thank you so much. Everybody have a good night, and we'll see you guys Tuesday. Murph and Dirk is going to have Bancroft on with us as a guest, and we can't wait for that. That's going to be really fun. and interesting. We've never had him on our show before, so we're trying to come up with some good questions for him and just have a good time. So thank you. I'll see you guys soon, and everybody have a good night.